Hi everyone, and welcome to week 2 of Writing 213 this fall. Right now we're getting started on our second module, which is a career research paper in which you are going to dive pretty deeply into your career and do some important research on it. So I've included the module 2 learning objectives here, and you can see all of the assignments that are leading up to the career research project being due in week 6. I suggest you start by reading the career research project prompt. So you are going to write about a 1,000 to 1,250 word paper. The word count does not include your title page, your abstract, or the references, and you should include all of those things. And you're going to do a research style report on your future career or a career that you're interested in. The more you learn, the better decisions you can make going forward. So I've included some important characteristics here, and just like with all writing, I really want you to write about something that is interesting to you. You're going to do your best writing always when you choose something that you want to write about. So that's your job. I can't help you make those decisions, although I'm always happy to consult with you about the process. So I've included important characteristics. I've included a student sample paper that you might look at, some important characteristics, and then when you get done with it, you have to include a reflection at the end. This is one page that gives you a chance to say what you would do differently and to have a say in your grade. So make sure that after you finish your paper, you answer these questions for the reflection. Okay, so start the unit by reading the prompt really carefully and thinking about what you want to write about. This week, in terms of media, I've included the They Say, I Say templates, which you probably read in your Writing 111 class or something similar to them. Keep looking back at them. They're some of the most important resources that you'll find in academic writing. I've also included some other short readings that will help you to think more carefully about your research project. So make sure that you get through the media, and then by the 7th, you're going to include a science communication inventory. This is kind of like the introduction assignment, but this time you're writing about your relationship with science writing. So you can read my example here, and then I'll ask you, just like in the introduction, to write your little bit afterwards. So this class, even though it's asynchronous, is social in nature, that we're interacting with each other, which is an important part of learning and also a requirement. And then make sure that you submit that to the classroom. I'll give you full points for it if you fill the page meaningfully. And then our next assignment is a large group workshop. So we are all going to get inside of this sample paper together. I have included some instructions that I'll summarize for you here. So this is a paper a former student wrote who gave me permission to anonymously use it as a sample. Here's the APA style title page, a very short abstract, and then the actual paper itself. And so I'm asking you to read this paper and everyone to make a couple of comments. And I want you to think about higher level concerns like content, the organization, what kinds of questions that you have, and to use this commenting feature to make comments or questions. You might say, let's see, can I make a comment here? To make a comment, and I might say, should a quote be italicized? And you could ask that question and post it here, and then everyone would see it and people could respond to it. I also want you to really work on noticing what the writer is doing well. It's really easy to jump all over mistakes. It's harder to look at a piece of writing and say, this is what the writer is doing well. And I want you to emphasize doing that. The first couple people who comment, don't comment a whole lot because we have like 22 people who need to have a say in this document. I want you to recognize that when you look at a sample, you're going to see things in the writing that you're not able to see in your own writing. We're going to go through a similar large group research workshop for all of our large projects. So this is a process you should become familiar with. We'll also do a small group workshop next week with just a few peers, which will be maybe a little less overwhelming. I also want you to really recognize that all the people in this class are different readers. And as a writer, your most important job is to meet your readers' needs. And you're going to notice that all the different people in our class notice different things about this writing. And that is going to help you to become more aware of yourself as a writer. Okay, and then the other thing you need to get done next week is to summarize and review one source of information. This is kind of like you starting to write a little piece of your paper, and you do it one bit at a time. I'm asking you to locate one credible source of information related to your research project. Give me a full APA reference entry, and that way you have a chance to get feedback from me on that entry before you submit it in your paper. A half-page summary of the source, which is a way of getting started on your paper, and then an explanation about why this source of information is important to your paper. You should not begin your research by Googling your topic. You should toggle to the consortium library. You should search for academic sources. I highly recommend consulting with a research librarian. I'm working on a research project myself right now. I was having trouble finding some national data I'm looking for. I just had a meeting with one of our research librarians, and she helped me find information that I was not able to on my own. And I am a very good researcher. This is a free tool that's available to you, so make sure that you are taking advantage of it. Okay, so that's what you have due in week 2. I've also posted what's up for week 3. I have not posted the paper or the groups yet for the week 3 small group workshop. Our class is still moving around a little bit, and so let's wait until week 3 to solidify that. You'll review and summarize another source of information in week 3. In week 4, you will submit a draft of your career research project. So get started on it right away. Start a file that is, like your working draft, and start dumping information into it as you go so that you're prepared when this draft comes up in week 4. In week 5, we'll participate in peer review, and you'll share your draft with a couple of peers from our class and get feedback on it. And then you'll submit your final draft of the career research project in week 6. I hope you're all having a lovely Labor Day weekend. I do not expect you to get started on this right now, but I want to make sure that I have these things posted for those people who need to get started over the weekend. Take care, everyone. I will be in my regular office hours on Tuesday and Thursday this week, and I am always up for meeting at other times if you need to. So be sure to keep in touch. Take care.